This is the Mind of the Meanie. Here are your hosts, the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard.
Peace world and welcome everybody to the Mind of the Meanie, your weekly peek into the world according to former WWE superstar and ECW original, the Blue Meanie. We'll cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge, all contained in the Mind of the Meanie. I'm your tour guide, a very hot and sweaty Adam Barnard, and he is an equally hot and sweaty Blue Meanie. Meanie, what's on your mind?
It's fucking hot balls in here, man. It's fucking hot as balls.
Yeah, cause
Fucking hotter than shit, dude.
Bro, it is disgusting.
Yeah, dude.
Disgusting. And of course, I'm in the room that is surrounded. It has no, it's got no side. So, like, I'm baking from each side. When it's winter, it's super cold, and when it's summer, it's disgustingly hot. As my laptop tells me, it's 92 degrees outside.
Oh, man. No bueno.
I never thought I would have to take a shower from doing a podcast,
It's so bad, dude. It's literally like the sun is just beating. Like, maybe I'll put a picture at some time and kind of show you my setup here, but there's two windows that sit on either side of me here, and even with the curtains closed, it's just fucking beating on me. And I just got out of the shower, like right before we jumped on. My hair looks crisp and fresh today from a haircut from Esther over at Blue 52 Barbershop in Kennett Square. And I felt good. I was like, I'm going to be clean. As soon as I sat down on my chair, like 30 seconds, I'm fucking drenched in sweat. The fuck was the point?
Yeah.
The fuck was the point of doing it? So
it's so hot that, like, I get out of the shower, I towel off, and by the time I make it to the bedroom where the AC is, I need another shower. See, I'm frugal, so it's like we run AC in one room, and that's it.
Yeah.
So it's just like a mad dash down the hallway, and I just have to stand there to let the cool air just like let me, drip dry. But yeah, man, it's beyond hot. Beyond hot,
man. Awful.
But it is my favorite time of year, so I kind of brought this on myself.
Listen, I'm happy. I'm ready for the next baseball game. It's going to be a marathon for both of us the next couple of weeks here. It's going to be crazy. Lots coming up. We'll talk some SummerSlam today. We'll talk more about the Bloodline 2.0. It's a lot of things coming down the pipeline, but I wanted to shout out to the Pod Squad real fast. We got a lot of our friends here this morning joining us today. Hey now, what's going on? Thank you for being here. And Baba Booey to you too, sir. We appreciate you. Ta-ta, fla, fla, flee, flow. Vanessa is here as well.
Hello, Vanessa.
We got two comments right off the top today. Vanessa says, we're going to hit 97 degrees today. Real feel going to be awful. Yep, real feel is Alderaan, Vanessa. That's where we're at today.
And right above her, Travis.
Yeah.
No DeMeanie. You're not farting to the mic today. I shall not, because I am bottom nude. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe.
Am I?
Maybe. Should I? Do I dare stand? Don't make me stand up.
I'm going to get one of those We'll Be Right Back things with Daylight. The song Daylight playing in the background.
The off the air sign.
That shitty elevator music. Oh my god! So
there's somewhere on YouTube. There's videos up for was it Kmart music that would play in elevator music version of How Deep Is Your Love?
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta look it up.
Yeah. Because when we were going to start to do the show, I was like, oh man, what's some music I use for like ad reads? And I would look that up.
Yeah.
I put it on, it'd just be chill, and I'm just like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. This is good elevator music. I like this. Nothing like good, solid elevator music to get your morning started.
Yeah.
Fucking funky jam in there.
Getting old, man. I just fucking, I don't know if I'm mellowing out or just whatever, but like I find myself liking stuff I would probably would. Oh, that's a lie. I like yacht rock and stuff like that. I grew up in yacht rock. You know, Christopher Cross, sailing. You know, Steely Dan. I mean, I love Steely Dan, but yeah. Back to. I'm going to stand up.
Yeah, of course.
We'll be right back. Oh my God. Like a wrecking ball. Vanessa's asking, are the Daisy Dukes back? No, there's no Daisy Dukes underneath here today. That's all Meanie. That's right. That's all Meanie. Done. 20% off at Manscaped by using promo code MindMeanie. They didn't pay us for that, but you might as well use it so you can look good and cropped up like me.
See if it still works. Yes.
See if it works. We'd love to have him back. But no, I was thinking you were talking about yacht rock, and I shared a video the other day. There's a great account. I'll have to pull it up, and I think I sent it to you, but it's a guy. It's like when they play bangers in the supermarket and you're shopping, right? And Christopher Cross and Michael McDonald comes on where it's like long way to go, you know? Such a long way to go. And I was like, fuck, man.
We're in the mall.
It keeps rolling. And I was like, oh man, that's a banger of a record right there. And I went to Acme this morning, and what was playing was Such a Long Way to Go. And I was fucking ride like the wind. I was jamming in the aisle, man. Fuck yeah, dude.
Your sweet freedom carries me a lot.
It's like, yeah. WNBC.
WNBC.
You see, I'm as characters.
Dude, it's been like a Howard Stern morning, you know?
I'll pull up the clip from Richard Christie real fast so we can welcome us back.
Yeah.
This is Richard Christie.
That's my favorite.
Do you think he would record us a bumper for the show? Hey, this is Richard Christie.
Well, he kind of did. He went for our 200th episode. But,
I'm sure we could chop that up and fucking hey.
Yeah. Hey, this is Richard Christie.
Hey. Travis says Eddie Money, any song. Best yacht rock ever. Yeah, I would say top 3, man. I mean, I know.
Baby, hold on to me.
Meanie and I are big Michael McDonald guys. So I feel like Michael McDonald is like, you know, I know we mentioned before, but Michael McDonald's like the top of the pops, right? Like he is, if I look in a dictionary for yacht rock, it's Michael McDonald. It's double M. So I can't imagine anybody else.
Did you know Michael McDonald wrote a song with Van Halen?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
What song was it?
It was on 1984. I believe it was I'll Wait.
It's called I'll Wait.
I'll wait till your love comes down.
No shit.
Yeah, they were in the studio for 1984, and Dave was having some writer's block, and their producer Ted Templeman, Van Halen's producer, also worked with the Doobie Brothers and Michael McDonald.
Wow.
So they brought in Michael McDonald, and he just sat down with Dave, and they banged out some lyrics. And now the thing is, when the album came out, they forgot to put Michael McDonald in the credits, and he kind of pitched a fit, and they eventually put him in the credits.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a whole nother story for, if I recommend get the book, Running with the Devil, which is a really good Van Halen book. And they talk about the whole Michael McDonald thing. Or the Ted Templeman biography by Greg Renoff, and they talk about that in there as well.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, but Michael McDonald worked with Van Halen. Yeah.
That is crazy. I love that. Travis wants to know, Meanie, will you sing Girls Got Legs for
I'm trying to think, how's that go?
I don't even know.
I don't want to RJ City it and just make up my own words.
I was going to say, if I pull it up on the radio, we'll get a tag here.
I don't want to get pinched.
Yeah, let's drop dead legs is what he meant. Drop dead legs. Yeah.
Drop dead legs. Does he say titty steam?
Titty steam? You mean what's happening today in Philadelphia? Let me pull up.
Giant butt.
Drop dead legs.
Makes me blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, here it is. Drop dead legs, pretty smile, hurts my head, gets me wild. Dig that steam, giant butt, makes me scream. I got none of nothing but the shakes over you. Oh, yeah, here he is. Throw my rope, loop-de-loop, nice white teeth, Betty Boop. Bozy bop.
Zitty bop.
Scooby
I thought that the lyric was titty steam.
That should be the name of the episode, Titty Steam. Philly's Titty Steam.
You won't.
I won't do it. We'll get pinched for that.
If you make the I an exclamation point, maybe. Nah, don't do it. I don't do it. Titty steam.
Oh, my God. So.
Titty steam. Giant butt.
Does this say giant butt? Dave with the excellence of fucking written composition there.
Yeah.
My goodness. It's like a fucking...
he's a regular poet laureate or whatever the phrase.
He's a regular Dr. Luke over here. Two Live Crew and Van Halen. Titty Steam.
Two Live Crew sampled Van Halen's Ain't Talking About Love for the song Fuck Shop.
That's true. That is true.
And Tone Loc used Jamie's Crying for Wild Thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, that riff.
Drum, boom, 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 boom. That's Jamie's Crying by Van Halen.
Crazy, man. It's amazing how much they've touched in music. Really, genuinely. Unbelievable, man. So I wanted to kind of just talk here quickly. We can talk more about, I would love to talk more about Van Halen, but I wanted to get your thoughts about the Jacob Fatu stuff that's been going on. I mean, I know we didn't get a chance to catch up after Money in the Bank, so I wanted to get your thoughts on Jacob Fatu's first real match in WWE and how you're feeling after watching him.
Oh, it's amazing. You know, like I said, I always love watching people experience something for the first time that I already knew. You know, like I'll watch reaction videos, like people listen to, like Van Halen, listen to Van Halen Eruption for the first time. And, you know, people going, what the hell? You know, watching people see Jacob Fatu for the first time and going, what the hell? This guy, you know, amazing. Dude, he looks so good. You know, I'm not used to seeing him in boots, but, you know, I'm so used to seeing him with, you know, the barefoot, but it's fine too. That works.
Yeah.
And he got a little bit jacked in his off time, you know, building up to his debut, but he's the real deal, man. And kudos for everybody for, you know, allowing him to showcase what he can do. Yeah. You know, they allowed him to, you know, and he basically just played everybody out.
Yeah.
And that's very generous of the guys who are willing to do that to build Jacob, you know.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you got to build somebody up.
Yeah.
Make them mean something. And out of all the new people that joined solo, I think Jacob's debut has probably been the most impactful, you know.
I would say so, yeah.
And maybe why they've you know, saved him for the final. You know, I don't know who else they could have add or join Solo's version of the Bloodline, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at this point, I can't imagine if anybody else is going to come through. I can't imagine you could, like, maybe after adding Tama Tonga or Tonga Loa, you could add somebody else, maybe like one or two other people. But once you pull that Jacob Fatu rope, I mean, that's it, man. There's nothing after that. So
yeah, I think 4 is the perfect number too, you know?
Yeah.
And when you think of factions, you know, 4 horsemen. I think DX was 4. Mm-hmm. 4 is a good number. You go 5, it's like, all right, we're getting the NWO territory here. You know, too many members. But 3 is good. 4 is good. I think they'll keep it at 4. And like I said, I'm waiting for the, you know, the moment Roman comes back, you know, and reunites with the Usos and somehow work it to where, you know, Sammy joins them, you know.
Yeah, I think that's the move.
The OG bloodline, you know.
Yeah, Roman's going to come back to a fucking nuclear pop when he comes back. And I feel like it's going to be at SummerSlam. I feel like I'm going to be deaf by the time we do our next show at post SummerSlam. But I consistently felt like it's going to be that civil war for war games. I think that's exactly where we're headed. But what I loved so much is like I love the fact that they're just letting Jacob be himself. There's no gimmicks. There's no bullshit. Like they didn't put any pizzazz or as we call it, English on him. They just let him fucking do his thing. And what was great about the last segment this past Friday was, it's DIY and A-Town Down Under.
Yeah.
And DIY retains the tag team titles. And out of nowhere, Jacob Fatu just comes in and just demolishes Austin Theory, fucking clears him out, clears out. I can't remember if he got Grayson Waller, if he took off, but then comes in the ring and does that top rope moonsault that he does, which I saw, we've both seen in person. It is, for a man that size to be that agile and be able to move that way is fucking unbelievable. And then to see it on live television, executed flawlessly, was just unbelievable, man.
And as a big guy who does moonsaults, I'm so envious of that. His I forget. I mean, there was a guy in All Japan. I can't think of his name. He wore the orange tights. I'm sure the Pod Squad could help us here. But he would do a moonsault that was similar to Jacob's, where if you can do a moonsault and kind of keep the rotation tight towards the corner, that is hard to do. That is control. Keep that tight arc where you're almost landing in the corner. Kind of. And, because when I did the moonsault, I would try to use my force and go outwards a little bit more, like, arc it a little, but to be able to do the moonsault the way he does it, he just floats. It's amazing,
Again, like watching it in real time, he jumps up on the rope. He jumps up onto the top, I think the top turnbuckle, right? And then bounces his ass or his legs, his thighs. It's kind of like Van Damme's split-legged moonsault. Yeah, but he uses one side of the ropes instead of both, like Rob. I feel like, and that is an incredible move as well. Like to watch Rob do that, but holy shit! And then you're right, like the tightness to the rope. Like Mrs. Goober is a casual fan. And she has been very invested in watching Jacob Fatu because she's like, holy shit, look at this guy. Like first of all, he's terrifying. He looks like somebody that would be attacking you in a street somewhere. And he fucking does this moonsault that is unbelievable. Like the face and the theatrics, like, God, it's so good, man. So good.
And when they did the acknowledgement ceremonies, I love you. And I acknowledge you. It's so believable. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so believable, man. I am very excited to see where this goes. I do feel like at some point we're going to get a power struggle between Solo and Jacob. Me personally, I would love to see Jacob challenge for the title. I'm sure they're waiting till much later down the road for that, but I could see him, and I don't even see Jacob Fatu as a contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm talking about like the main title, like the top title. I think he's destined for that WWE Championship sooner than later.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
I'm excited to see where that goes, but lots of comments.
There's a dynamic there where, Roman comes back and, the rest of the Solo's version of the bloodline could find out that, Solo lied to them about Roman not coming back. And when he comes back, they're like, yo, I thought you said he was gone, kind of thing, That could lead to a conflict within the bloodline where Jacob's, do I go with Solo or do I go with Roman? I just go Solo and a lie, that kind of stuff,
Vanessa here. There's a lot of conversation in the Pod Squad today. Don't forget to join us at patreon.com/mindofthemeanie and join us as we record every week and be a part of the show. Vanessa said someone on, looks like maybe someone on Twitter maybe said that Solo, when he mentioned Roman, the camera zoomed in on Jacob. Oh, fuck.
I have to go back and check that out.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
Such good shit, man.
Such good shit.
Speaking of such good shit, it's the Wyatt Sicks, man. The Wyatt Sicks is fucking steaming up. I didn't know if you had a chance to watch the most recent Bo Dallas Uncle Howdy segment. I wanted to get your thoughts and see where you thought that was going and how you've been enjoying that.
Where he interviews himself, kind of, or
yeah, he does the 2 interviews on himself, and then he's talking about tell me about your family, and it's just Bo Dallas, and he starts to introduce all the people in the segment.
Oh, it's fantastic. You know, shout out to WWE creative and character development on working with this, and for making VHS look good. You know,
seriously.
Yeah, it's dude. I'm so happy for Bo.
Yeah.
And just the fact that, they're going with it and they're giving him the reins and, letting him, be creative, and it's going to be good. I'm trying to see where the dynamic goes with that. Where is he going to be Uncle Howdy, or are you going to be Bo, or is Uncle Howdy alter ego? We'll see. I like the new mask that they have for him, as opposed to the one they had before. But, it'll be interesting to see what they do, see how they work in ring with those characters, I love what they're doing, man. It's just, I want to find out what that song they use, when the lights go out and it sounds like a dial tone type thing. And, it's fucking hypnotic. And I'm sitting there, I'm just like, ding, ding. Whatever that is, it's sweet, it's hypnotic, and dude, they got a good crew there. I like the fact that they took all the guys who were kind of the crazies in WWE and NXT and put them all in the faction. That's what makes a good faction, was when most of the people are very similar in the group, and that and the bloodline story have me way invested.
Yeah, as in all things, they're firing on all cylinders right now. It's so good. I know that there's a Twitter account that's listed as Uncle Howdy or the Wyatt Sicks or something, and they consistently post stuff before the segments air. So like when during this last segment, I guess that was Monday, they posted a photo of Joe Gacy, in the one segment where he's doing the crazy eyes and shit. And then that's what ended up on the network. This week, they posted a photo of Eric Rowan sitting in the same chair that Bo Dallas was going to be, he was sitting in initially. So I want to get your thoughts. I mean, would you prefer them to do a rollout in that way for each of these people? Or would you prefer it to just be kind of like throw them out there and see what happens?
Yeah, you should do that and show why they've aligned themselves with Bo, and the Wyatt Sicks. As they said, are we sick? Yes, we are, kind of thing. Bo says, are we? People call us sick, or are we sick? I'm paraphrasing there, of course, but they should do that. I mean, the next one should be.
It's Joe Gacy, and then there's Dexter Loomis, and then Nikki Cross.
Because they kind of like, she was catatonic that whole time. Things are going on around her, and she's just standing there like, I want to hear the explanation for her, going catatonic and going that way, with the Wyatt Sicks,
Yeah. I think there's a great story to be told there. Shout out to the homie Jason Baker, by the way, from Calisum Studios, who designs all the masks, all the gear and accoutrement that you see in that. That's all Jason out in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, friend of the show and friend of mine as well. Wonderful guy. So go ahead and check him out as well. I just love that all of the things that are a part of the Bray Wyatt world are being kind of touched and pulled together in this, and I think it's just wonderful. So, really good stuff. But I wanted to actually kind of transition to something I've been thinking about. It's more of an important question, I feel like. Definitely something people would want to know listening to us. Our longtime fans would want to know. Her's has new flavors of chips this summer, and I wanted to know if you had tried all 3 yet, and what your thoughts were on each of these flavors.
I have not. Oh, I only tried was it pierogi one?
Yeah, so there's 3 right now. It looks like it's cheese ravioli, special hot stromboli, and then potato pierogi.
I've only done the potato pierogi, and that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I dug that one. I haven't tried the other one. Well, you know what? Maybe I did try the other one. And it was kind of spicy.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot which one that was, though. That might have been stromboli, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried it. And they did this last year, too.
Yeah, they did. Last year was the Long Hots one that we tried, and they had a couple of the other. The roast pork was the other one. So,
yes.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that they're spotlighting local businesses and putting them over and making special chips. And, if they do this like once a year during the summer, that's fantastic.
I was going to say, you're going to make this fat guy happy here. I appreciate that. No, I did. I was at the Wawa the other day, and I picked up the stromboli chips. I'm a stromboli guy, so like if you put like any size stromboli in front of me, I'm going to eat it in one sitting because that's just who I am, and I don't care if I get sick afterwards. It's delicious. But I felt like it was missing a little bit of flavor for me. Like after, you know what I mean? It was like missing something about it. I don't know. It was good. It wasn't bad, but it's just there was something. So now I got to try the other 2. To kind of give my palate a nice cleanse. The ravioli, I don't know. I mean, it's like sometimes with the flavors, it's like if you eat too much, it's too much on top of that. You know what I mean? You're like, I don't know. So, but I'm excited to try those. And let us know what you think. If you've tried them, drop a comment for us in our comments here because we know that you are subscribing to our YouTube channel right there above Meanie's head, youtube.com/@mindofthemeanie. You're watching us now here, and if you've tried them, we'd love to know what your thoughts are. Maybe next week we'll get 3 bags. We'll get one of each. I'll send them over to Casa DeMeanie, and we'll try them as a test here. Let's see. Travis says, "Isn't here a stromboli? Yo, I'd love to try the strombo." I think I understand what you're saying. The stromboli, again, it's good. It's not bad. It's better than ketchup chips, which I don't know why you would eat those.
Ketchup chips, you just get like the red fingers and stuff.
Yeah, it's like just put ketchup on something. Like, why would you do this? In Canada, I'm not allowed to have the chips got shitloads of ketchup. No, thank you. No, you go ahead and keep them up there and up north. No, thanks. We'll send you some of them Philly Johns. But no, I was curious to know your thoughts. Maybe we'll do that next week. We'll see what's doing there. So I was thinking the other day, I was watching a clip about, I'm a big Phil Hartman fan. And, I love all of his work. And I surprisingly enough, which I'm not a subscriber to his channel, but, sometimes if a clip interests me, if it's someone famous, Joe Rogan has consistently a lot of people on there. And he had Harland Williams on the show, who is, as you know, from one of my favorite movies of all time, Rocket Man, and also Half Baked. And I understand you have a story about Harland Williams. What's your thoughts on Harland Williams? What's this story?
Oh, I don't even have it's not even that major of a story, but just Mrs. Meanie's a big fan too, and he was in Dumb and Dumber. He was the cop, pull over. That's a cardigan. Thanks for noticing. Something like that. No, we went to see Harland Williams at. I'm hungover, bro. So, I just downed a whole Gatorade of green apple.
Attaboy. Attaboy.
Harland Williams, he was playing. Oh my God, Helium in Philly, and me and Miss Me went and checked it out. And this is back before I really got to the art of shaping up my beard. So I had my beard was a little bushy. And I guess I caught his eye. And he's just like, "Oh, look at you. Yeah, you got a big beard. You're like a lumberjack." And I'm just sitting there. I'm just like smiling. And then he stops talking. I go, "Want to go to the prom?" And he looks at me and goes, "Do I want to go to the prom?" And he lets it breathe for the crowd. He's talking to me. They're laughing. I go, "You want to go to the prom?" And everybody's like, "What?" He goes, "Do I want to go to the prom?" And he lets that breathe a little bit. He goes, yes, I do. And just a huge pop, and continued on with his show. And then afterwards, he did. If you go to like Helium, a lot of times, the comedians will be there after the show.
Yeah,
their gimmick table, and you can buy their wares and stuff. I went up to him, I was like, "Hey man, I hope you don't mind the prom guy." He's like, "No, that was a great moment." He's like, "Yeah, we did something funny. That's great." And he was like really cool about it.
That's awesome.
I have a photo with him somewhere. I have to post it. But yeah, he's great, man. I watched some of that Rogan thing with Harland because I guess he ribbed the fuck out of Rogan saying he had a tapeworm.
Really?
I have a tapeworm. Yeah, excuse me. And I have to feed it every 2 minutes by eating the celery. And Rogan's just like looking at him like, "Are you serious?" He's like, yes. Straight face. And I think he gave the tapeworm a name.
That's so funny.
And every now and then he's eating celery, like, It's going on for like over an hour, I think.
He fucking hits him with it for an hour?
And then eventually he acts like he's in pain and he pulls out this giant tapeworm looking thing out of his shirt. Bro, that's dedication, man.
So good.
He was all in on the rib.
That was amazing.
Didn't even break character. Like when Rogan was like, "Are you being serious with me?" "Oh yeah."
So good.
With the uncomfortable pause after that. "Oh yeah."
Oh my God, he's one of my favorites. The Rocket Man film. If you've never seen it, it's a Disney film from 1997, and obviously as a kid that was one of my favorites. But obviously, Half Baked, which I should not have been watching at the age that I did watch it, is a classic film. And I still around the house, you like popcorn? Makes your mouth go pop, pop, a pop, pop. My kids say that now. So Harland, I know you're a fan of the show and you're watching. So thank you for that. We appreciate you gracing us with that. But
he's great, man.
He's so good. Let me see. Machete Von Kill says Harland has been hilarious on Kill Tony.
Yeah.
That's I guess a show, right? I'm not sure.
Kill Tony is Tony Hinchcliffe. He has a show where they give you about a minute to do a set. And he's got comedians up there with him and different people from different, like Ric Flair was on there. Ric Flair walked off because he thought it was too mean.
Oh, that's right. I remember. Now I'm familiar. Yeah.
Dude, it was pretty cool. It's pretty cool that I get to say I got roasted by Tony Hinchcliffe at the Iron Sheik roast.
That's amazing.
He was on the dais as well. And this is like, I'm sure he was known at the time, but like I wasn't familiar with him. And I guess during the roast, I turned to New Jack. I was like, "Hey," I said, "New Jack, if I give you $20, can you come over here and punch me in the face so I can see some fucking stars on the stage?" And I looked at, back at them and they all, they put me over, But Tony's good. Tony's good. He was on the Tom Brady roast. He came in and towards the end of the Brady roast and just annihilated people.
Yeah.
Annihilated.
Man, that Tom Brady roast was rough to watch, man. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
That was crazy, man.
Brother.
Crazy. I'm just going through the comments here. The Green hitting us with a line from Rocket Man when they're eating the NASA tubes and he eats the hemorrhoid cream. That's a great flick. If you've never watched it, you got to go out of your way to see it.
I need to revisit it.
Yeah, so good.
Been a while.
Travis says, did you see Bill Burr on Bill Maher? No, I skipped that one. I didn't see it yet. But
I haven't seen that yet.
I am a big Bill Burr fan.
I heard Bill Burr roast him right to his face.
Yeah. That's my favorite thing about Bill Burr. It's just like he just fucking
doesn't give a fuck.
Did it the same thing to Rogan. He's like, give me a fucking break. Like, listen to you. Who the fuck are you? He fucking just lets him have it. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Bill Burr's kind of like the new Carlin where he doesn't give a fuck what side you're on.
No.
or what he just says it as he sees it, and
I like that.
Sometimes you agree with him, sometimes you don't, but he's saying what he wants to say.
Right. At least he's honest with you,
in a humorous way.
Right. Yeah. At least he's honest about it.
Yeah.
Matt says here, Kill Tony was the show I showed you with Dr. Phil asking. Oh, right. Yes. Okay, Matthew. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Matthew showed me an insane clip from that show the other day while he was here at the house. And it's Dr. Phil. I'll tell you that one off the air because that one doesn't belong on here. But now I wanted to ask you that question in here. That would be fun to have Harland Williams on the show. I know we don't always do guests here. But again, Harland, I know you're watching. So you have an open invitation, sir, whenever you'd like to come by. So, what else is going on in the mind of the meanie this week, man? What's happening?
Sure. I have to say, rest in peace to Richard Simmons.
Right?
Brother, man, just another piece of my childhood going away forever. And I don't know if you know this. I'm an older gentleman, Mentally, I'm going to stand up.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Distractions.
The Kill Bill music. Yeah. Balls.
Am I going to hold up a shitty, we'll be right back, hand-drawn sign?
You remember Channel 48 here in Philly, right?
Of course.
There were others. There were one I grew up on, but then they came back with a different Channel 48 because they're like, how's that different Channel 48? Different call letters.
Right.
But they were in Manayunk and they got flooded and their off the air thing was like a piece of paper taped to something saying off the air or flooded. Yeah. I don't know why I thought of that, but Richard Simmons, man. Like I said, I am an older gentleman, and I remember growing up and watching the Richard Simmons show on TV.
Crazy,
he would do his, I guess aerobics. You say his workout routine and dietary tips, and later on he fucking made serious banquet deal a meal. Use this card for this or whatever it was. Obviously, looking at me, I didn't use the shit. So, I know about it. Never used the shit. But yeah, deal meal, man, just fucking. And Richard Simmons, and then the '90s rolled around, and he's a huge part of the Howard Stern show.
Yeah,
Yeah. Gary, where's Mama?
Just. So
and I had this memory too. I was just talking with somebody, and Stern had the old Channel 9 show.
Yep.
They brought in Richard Simmons, and he tried to play straight lace. You know how Richard Simmons is a big hair, colorful outfits, and stuff like that. And he came out in a brown suit with a fake mustache, obviously fake mustache. He's like, hello, nice to meet you. And Jackie the Joke Man's just cackling in the background, going, I think Travis just
showed up as a badass biker on the Stern show. Yep.
Yeah,
that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, Richard Simmons, man, rest in peace, bro.
Man.
And then I guess, he kind of came back into the public view with Pauly Shore doing that mini film on the Richard Simmons story, which I heard Richard wasn't a fan of, but
yeah,
my goodness, if anybody looked like Richard Simmons,
fucking Pauly Shore. Yeah.
Pauly Shore, he pulled it off, man. It was fantastic.
I have to check it out.
You do the double take and you go, oh my God, that's Pauly Shore.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Vanessa Bella said,
yep. Dr. Ruth died.
And Shannon Doherty.
I think Shannon Doherty was this morning, to be honest with you. Today's Sunday, the 14th. So just as timestamp, little inside baseball there. Yeah, I saw this morning on Twitter that she had passed. Yeah. So I know that she was very sick. I think she had and you can correct me in the group chat here. I can't remember. I think it was some kind of inoperable and incurable cancer that she's been dealing with for quite some time. So, unfortunately. And Travis here talking about Richard Simmons. Richard gave so much of his life to help others. It was sad when he disappeared, but I'm happy he gave himself a few years before the end. He was a great person. From all accounts. Absolutely. From all accounts, it sounds like he was a really great guy, like really wonderful, nice, just amazing guy. So
I don't know if I'm saying this wrong, but like I heard he would like read all his mail and just like correspond with people.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true, but man, what a guy,
man.
Oh, Vanessa
says here, she's correcting me here for Shenandoah breast cancer. It's spread. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Awful. Absolutely awful.
Fuck cancer.
Yeah.
Fuck cancer. But yeah, man, a lot of my childhood, man, going bye-bye. And that's so unfortunate, you know.
God damn, dude. Well, I'm not sure how to transition out of that other than to ask you a question.
I was going to say something super inappropriate.
Well, you might as well say it now because I want to know what you can say.
You know, when I found out Dr. Ruth died, I had my zipper at half-mast. When you stoop your lala in the act of coitus. So yesterday,
half-mast.
Yeah, Mikey Repper was like, Meanie, your zipper's down. I was like, nah, Dr. Ruth died. When you stomp your lover, it is important to make eye contact. Everybody has seen their lover's butthole.
That's gonna be fucking set on the board.
Yeah.
Oh,
everybody has seen their lover's butthole in the act of coitus. When you do, I ain't gonna die now. Let me stop that train.
Oh my God. So good, man.
It's important to use a quantum.
I learned about who Dr. Ruth was on Howard Stern too.
Yeah.
Howard just fucking opened me up. I was thinking about Richard Simmons too. He's just, that's sacred. That's sacred, Howard. That's sacred.
Gary.
Gary? Sacred.
Where's Mama? Gary.
Oh, man. Travis, we share the sentiment, man. What a great episode. Yes, it is, sir. We love fucking doing this shit for you guys every week. This is great.
And the things I haven't said. Oh.
And those are for the green room. So if you want to hear all that stuff, you go to patreon.com/mindofthemeanie right now, and you can hear that in the green room. But I do, sir, have a question for you.
Yes.
In 1 second, when my computer stops
when
freezing.
When making love to your girlfriend, do you ask Meanie anything?
Do you ask? I can't even do it. Are you ready to ask Meanie anything?
I would love to. It's time to ask Meanie anything. Ask me something.
Don't forget to tweet us your question.
I would love to ask Meanie. I'll stop. God damn.
God damn. We're going to just do the rest. He's going to answer the rest of the questions in Dr. Ruth voice. But let's kick it here. What do you got today, pal?
Surprise to no one. Because I still have one case left.
Whoa. Oh my God. Do you think we can? Countdown. How many are in the case?
8.
Oh, we won't make it to October, will we?
Oh, that would have been great, right?
Man, we would have so close. So close.
My house is such a hoarder house. I might have a secret case and not know it. But Belvies, pumpkin pie, seltzer.
There we go. I sprung a little bit.
Probably piss warm right by at this point.
This is definitely warm. It's been sitting in the sun. I sprung a little bit and got the sparkling ice Starburst orange flavor, which is the best of the.
Look at you.
Starburst flavor. Yeah, got a little extra. Hey, a little extra bonus at the shoot job. I was like, listen. No. Got a couple extra.
Stand. When you stand up and you're the bottom nude.
Talk to my flip.
when you're on the bottom node, don't stand up in front of a webcam.
People joining the live feed, meaning just helicoptering.
Yeah. You're giving me way too much credit, bro. You're giving me way too
God. Mine's like
more like that thing that fucking stops the door.
Button in a fur coat. Oh, my God. Oh, man. That would have been a great segment for the Manscaped ad if they sponsored us. So, Manscaped, when you're ready, we're ready for you. So, let's crack them here. We're going to get us going here. We got a bunch of good questions in 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
There she is.
Oh.
Woo-wee. Oh, boy. The can got excited from the Dr. Ruth.
When you split on her tits, make sure it's pumpkin pie, sort of pie, that Bellevue pumpkin pie, sort of this all over her tits.
Oh, my God. Oh, it's so good, dude. This is fucking great.
Oh, my God. I should do more shows hungover.
Yeah. Probably a good idea. My God. It's like that cat video I sent you.
No, I was doing the Muppets. Oh, it was Sesame Street.
Yeah, Travis goes, ask Ruth.
What would you like to know?
Love it. Yeah, Vanessa, that for sure. All of this is going to be clipped in. I'm going to chop all this into the Dr. Ruth stuff. Don't you worry. All right, let's start at the top here. Travis got a question for us. Why was it important for Jade Cargill to debut on the main roster as opposed to working her way up through NXT?
Probably because she looks like $1 million, man. I would have guessed that they would have had her in NXT first, and I think I've said that.
Yeah.
But the fact that she showed up at the main roster, maybe it's an element of a surprise, or maybe to break that cycle of, okay, they go to NXT, then they go to WWE.
Right.
And then there's also that thing of she's already been on national TV.
Right.
She's already been on the competition's national TV. We'll put her on our national TV, and in their mind, they're showing, in WWE's mind, they're showing AEW how they should have used Jade.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I'm not saying that's what they're doing. That's why I think they think they're doing.
Yeah.
No,
I agree. I think, and I think the difference is too maybe because of like Ethan Page, because Ethan Page is in NXT. And again, This is not a knock against either performer. Like, I'm a big fan of both. I'm not saying this in any way other than more of just from like a factual basis. And you can agree with this too, or disagree. But Jade Cargill was a massive presence on AEW's television, right? Like, she was the TBS champion. I know that Travis just mentioned here too, it's the Goldberg thing, right? They had the streak on her. She looked like a fucking star. She does. She absolutely does. But I think Ethan Page,
her action figure is going to have to work out harder to look like Jade Cargill.
Seriously. And I mean,
the joke used to be, oh man, I got to work out hard to look like my action figure. No, her action figure is going to have to work out to look like her.
Crazy, man. And like, it's
amazing. Gorgeous.
I think the sort of the second part to that is like Ethan Page, for good, bad, or indifferent, wasn't featured as much on AEW television. Sean Spears, Brian Pillman Jr., Lexus King, or whatever he goes by now, right? All of these people were on AEW programming, but not necessarily to the point that Jade Cargill was. So I think when you have people who, because eventually, right, you're like Ricky Starks I would imagine, is probably going to jump ship at some point. I'm for sure MJF is probably going to come over to WWE at some point in his career. I can't imagine that either of them wouldn't make the main roster, but I feel like if you're talking about major tenants of AEW who are on their everyday television, I don't foresee them going to NXT, because it's almost like, well, why would you send them? And again, thinking about us from an objective standpoint, why would you send them to your developmental when they've already been on national television? Do you agree with that?
Yeah. Just, it just shakes things up.
Yeah.
Ethan Page going to NXT was good for NXT, and just you got to keep people on their toes. If they expect, back in the day when somebody got fired, they're going to TNA, just
right.
Or now it's, they're going to AEW. So like when Nick Nemeth shows up in TNA, it's like, that wasn't expecting that. Now reverse that, you leave AEW. They're going to go to NXT and learn the WWE way and then go to the main roster. Sometimes you just have to send somebody to the main roster and just to keep things fresh and unpredictable.
Yep.
Predictability, makes things stale,
Ethan Page versus Joe Hendry is going to be a banger when it happens. Joe Hendry, man, showing back up to help Trick Williams was fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts,
I love
man.
it. I love this crossover. I'm here for it.
I was going to say, it's the unpredictability of it is just fucking great. Like, I love this shit.
Yeah. I got to meet Joe Hendry a few weeks ago, and I stopped by TNA, and super nice guy, man. Really cool.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for everybody who's doing well, but especially Joe. That guy looks like he was made to be on television.
Yeah. They gave him the spin look and everything.
He gives the look, and he's like.
They did it on NXT too. They hit him. They fucking hit him with the hard cam zoom in too for the gimmick.
Love it. Love it,
man. We're believers here. We believe in Joe Hendry. So
yeah.
Let's see here. Next question comes from the Green, aka Matt from Dover, wants to know any Joey Styles stories, and oh my god,
Joey Styles. I miss Joey.
Me too.
I mean, I still talk to him, but
well, tell him I said hey when you talk to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Just he was. I tell all the young talent, your biggest asset in this wrestling business is the guy calling the moves.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe go around the locker room, or people go up to Joey and be like, "Hey, I'm going to do this in the match. This is what it's called. This is what it look like." And he would search people out and say, "Hey, this is and vice versa." And Joey always went above and beyond to make the talent look good, even when even when the talent really didn't know to go up to Joey would go up to people and, "Hey, you got anything special tonight?" And
yeah,
he was the best at making people look like stars, and he made me look like a star, even though, even when he was goofing on me, if Joey goofing on you still puts you over, as long as, you can, goof on somebody as long as it's not, in a bad way. There's bad ways of goofing on people too, but
for sure.
I mean, my Joey Styles memory is, after, Barely Legal, and we're all just standing around, and Joey just stands there. He's standing in the middle of the room, just like, and just decompresses from calling a live pay-per-view that, the network wanted him to work with somebody. And, Paul was like, "Nah, he's going to be our guy. He's going to work solo."
Wow.
He just openly weeps. And we all just circled around him and gave him a big old hug. And, he one of the best ever to do it.
Yeah.
And, I wish he was still doing it,
Yeah. He's, again, like, I know everybody talks about the voices of your childhood, right? Like, everybody talks about JR and the King, and they talk about, Tony Schiavone and Bobby Heenan. But honestly, this might be a controversial opinion, but really, like, I guess maybe because we're from the Philadelphia area too, but like, Joey Styles was the voice of wrestling for me as a teenager from the Attitude Era.
A lot of people,
Joey Styles was that guy.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I fucking loved listening to him call those matches. He had a different energy about it, but it also felt like it was perfect with the ECW brand, right? It was the professional, like, it was the professional sound, but also there was that attitude about it too, And I just think he was the best to do it. Now, Adam from Downingtown wants to know,
yes,
could you see Joey Styles in the WWE Hall of Fame, or potentially coming back into the professional wrestling world?
Nah, Joey's done.
Completely done.
Completely done. I mean, I even approached him to do a thing for the 200th episode. He's like, "Meanie, I appreciate it, but I'm done with wrestling."
Wow.
He's done. does. And good for him.
Yeah.
You know, he's killing it in sales, doing a great job there, you know. But he walked away the first time. He came back, you know, was having fun, and then something goofy happened and put a bad taste in his mouth, and he was done.
That's a shame. Because I feel like he would be a fantastic voice right now, especially with all the things they have coming up. Yeah.
It could have been an AEW, you know?
Yeah.
You know, but it is what it is, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, we're big Joey Styles fans here, and
absolutely,
we would love to see you back. If you ever change your mind, just know that you have at least 2 people here that would love to see you back, pal. So,
yep.
Let's go to our next question here. This one comes from. We're going to save that one for the end. This one comes from RJ Krasinski. What up, RJ? Oh. We actually kind of answered this question already earlier. What's the status of the pumpkin pie seltzer?
Yeah. I think I'm on my last case.
Crazy.
I think. And piss warm pumpkin pie.
Let's see.
It's my pumpkin pie. Open up the can and it shot me in the eye.
Give a little spritzy taste there. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. We got Where's Ben Rivera from Twitter wants to know, do you consider Special Delivery Jones a traitor? For years, he was billed from Philly. Then suddenly, Special Delivery is telling the world he's from Antigua in the West Indies. Where's the loyalty?
Yo, cuz. You know, yeah, man. I won't lie. Yeah, that kind of had me a little perturbed as well. You know, bro, you're from Philly, right? Or billed from Philly. You know,
yeah.
No loyalty, bro. No, you're out of the family.
You're out of the fucking family.
Get off my block. Get out of my neighborhood. You disgraced Philly.
Yep.
Your money is no good here.
It's no good. It's no good, you understand?
Let me tell you something, S.D. Jones.
S.D. Jones, Special Delivery.
He would do that. S.D. Special Delivery Jones. He goes, pew, pew, pew.
And our final question this week comes from our friend, the Primetime Grape, wants to know, if Angel Hernandez was a fart, what kind of fart would he be?
Angel Hernandez, you stink, and I don't like you!
What kind of fart would he be?
A shart.
Yeah.
A shart. Just a fucking boiling hot Cocoa Puff diarrhea shart.
Just a nasty, like, messy.
The kind that would make me stand up.
No, don't! No, block the camera. No, he would be the one that's like, it's not even like it's a solid shit, right? Like if you have a fart, right? If we're talking in terms of sharting, it's the really runny kind that ruins your jeans. It's like liquidy, you know, almost like it's nasty. So,
you know, it's bad when you have shit stains on the outside of your jeans, you know,
the whole, Look at all the group here. Shackelford says that Angel Hernandez would miss the toilet bowl. Angel Hernandez is the turd and the bowl together. So, Travis says a surprise turd. Yes, a surprise one. You trusted that fart a little bit too much and then shit came out. That's Angel Hernandez right there.
But I'm not surprised he is a turd.
He is. In fact, I'd have you know, the turd and the sandwich. But what is not the turd in the sandwich is doing the show with you every single week, Meanie. I appreciate your time, sir, as always, and we appreciate you for listening as well. And I wanted to just know, good sir, to you, where can everyone find you and keep up to date with all things blue when they're not listening to our fabulous and wonderful program?
If you would like to follow the Blue Meanie on all forms of social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Blue Meanie BWO. On all forms of social media. If you would like to support the Blue Meanie, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Blue Meanie. Support Mind of the Meanie, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand, go to collarandelbowbrand.com. Use coupon code Meanie or use coupon code MIND. Save 10% over there at collarandelbowbrand.com. If you're in the Philadelphia area, go to JPT's for your t-shirt printing needs. JPT's is a family-owned business that has been making quality printed shirts since 1986. For more information, go to jptees.com. That's the letter J, the letter P, TEES.com, jptees.com. Madcatbeardcare.com. Get the Blue Spruce Beard Oil and Balm. Shout out to my boy Josh Thornton. Doing an amazing job over there taking care of the cats. He rounds them up, takes them to the vet, and sends them off better than he found them. So if you're a cat lover like myself, go to madcatbeardcare.com. Get the Blue Spruce Beard Oil or Balm or both. Splurge. The Ultra Pro Wrestling video game. Ultra Pro Wrestling video game comes out on all major consoles in 2024. Ultra Pro Wrestling contains not only original characters created by the amazing Hal Haney, but many real-world wrestlers, including myself. For more information, go to ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. That's ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. The figure collections, Start that over. The Figure Collections Bone Crushing Wrestler Series 1 variants of the Blue Meanie are available now. All Series 1s can be ordered now at shop.figurecollections.com. That's shop.figurecollections.com. Type Blue Meanie in the search bar. Pick regular Blue Meanie or BW Blue Meanie. Either way, there's no wrong choice. To have the Blue Meanie on your podcast, go to podstars.net. That's podstrz.net. Register your podcast to book Blue Guy, and let's have a conversation over there at podstars.net. Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO for birthdays, holidays, and well wishes. Book through the site. Don't book through the app. The app takes too much of your hard-earned cash. So let's make somebody's day a little bit brighter over there at cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO. And but most importantly, Mr. Barnard, where can we find you, sir?
Oh, well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Threads at This Is Goober. Yes, it's my handle. No, I'm not changing it. It's a brand, pal. You can find me there. You can also find my second show, Foundation Radio, by going to youtube.com/@FoundationRadioPod. I will be covering SummerSlam 2024 live from Cleveland, Ohio. Hopefully have some interviews in there. Going to have a lot of good documentary stuff coming as well from my trip, because I'm taking a road trip with Sir Wilkins from the Jobber Tears podcast, Queen of the Ring, and Muscle Man Malcolm, all friends of the show. So go ahead and subscribe today and keep up to date with everything I have going on there. Shout out to the homies at the 10th Ward Barbershop in downtown Lawrenceville in the outskirts of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Go ahead and get your hair shaped up and your beard looking good. Ask for Kane, Jordan, or anybody on the team and tell them Goober sent you, and schedule your appointment today at 10thwardbarbershop.com. Excuse me. The Feinberg Method. Don't forget to sign up today at thefeinbergmethod.com and use promo code Goober and save 20% off of your entire purchase. My trainer, Brad Feinberg, is ready to help you with both your mental and physical well-being. So go to thefeinbergmethod.com. ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. ProWrestlingTees.com/Foundation Radio. Pick up a shirt and keep the lights on at Casa DeMeanie and the Barnard Home for Wayward and Troubled Youth. Don't forget to go to bodyslam.net. Keep up to date with all of my articles coming out. Just did a fantastic run-in with Stephanie Hypes on the bodyslam.net YouTube channel, covering this past Friday's SmackDown. I also did a run-in with the fellas over at Fightful Overbooked in the Weeds with Joel Pearl and Jeremy Lambert, two of my homies. We talked about the new Eminem record and how everybody is missing the point and how the lack of critical analysis is killing contemporary art and the analysis of that art. So go ahead and check it out over there at Fightful's YouTube page. Don't forget to go to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Sign up today. Tiers start at just $10 a month. You can see us and our beautiful faces every single week recording to you, and you can ask us questions. Right above Meanie's head right there is where you're watching. This is youtube.com/@Mind of the Meanie. Don't forget to sub and subscribe today. Like and comment. Help us with the algorithms. And don't forget to keep up to date on all forms of social media at Instagram and Twitter, because we're not fucking calling it X, @Mind of the Meanie. We appreciate you. And we thank you for tuning in and watching today. Share this with a friend. Share this with someone you don't like. If you feel so inclined to, share it with the person at Wawa. Be like,
yeah, of course.
You got to check out this great show I'm looking at right now. Shout out to Carl Pinnell, who makes us sound good every single week, and Sam, who gives us the intro and outro every week, the executive voice, Sam Krebs. Meanie, I want to thank you, sir, for doing the program with us each week. We will see you next week for the Blue Meanie. I am Adam Barnard. Join us again each and every week as we take a trip through the mind of the Meanie. Peace.
This episode of Mind of the Meanie is hosted and executively produced by the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard. It was mixed and engineered by Carl Pinnell. Additional narration is provided by the executive voice, Sam Krebs. That's me. Our intro music was performed by the Swamp Candles. Our outro music was performed by Chikara. Additional musical accompaniment is performed by Enrichment. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, or X or whatever, at Mind of the Meanie, and become part of the Pod Squad by going to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Find our entire show archive at mindofthemeanie.com. This has been a Butts Carlton media production. Butts Carlton, proprietor.
Blue World Order.
That was Blue Meanie's brain out.